IndyCar's Alex Palou claims Zak Brown assured him he could get the Spaniard an F1 drive back in 2023, leaving him furious when Oscar Piastri was eventually announced to team up with Lando Norris. In front of the UK High Court, Palou then alleged Brown also blocked a move to AlphaTauri, now Racing Bulls, for 2024 as well. The long-running feud between Palou and McLaren reached the UK High Court last week, with McLaren suing the IndyCar champion for over $20 million for breaching their contract. In 2022, Palou had agreed to join McLaren from Chip Ganassi Racing for 2024, staying at CGR for 23 while also being a McLaren F1 test driver that year, with a long-term plan to get the Spaniard an F1 seat. Palou changed his mind during that 2023 season, however, staying at Ganassi after all, as he claims he lost faith in McLaren's ability to land him that F1 seat. Quote, "When testing with McLaren, Zak told me he believed we could make it happen and that he would give me all the preparation I needed to get to F1. At the time, I thought he was genuine," end quote. McLaren, of course, signed Oscar Piastri instead at the end of 2022, a different rookie driver, when Daniel Ricciardo departed the team. McLaren still insisted, according to Palou, that this wouldn't affect his chances to land an F1 seat. Quote, "I went for dinner with Zak near MTC, McLaren Technology Center. Zak told me it was not his decision to hire Oscar. He said it was the decision of then team manager Andrea Seidel. Zak told me Piastri's performance would be evaluated against mine for 2024. Zak said that, from his point of view, my chance of getting the F1 seat was not affected by Oscar. However, I knew everything had changed. From that point on, I started to be more willing to stay with CGR in the future." Former Ferrari president Luca Di Montezemolo has fiercely criticized the F1 team and its lack of leadership and soul these days. Montezemolo oversaw Ferrari's dominance in the Schumacher era until he left the company back in 2014 and laments the team's lack of stability in recent years. "I'm sure I don't have to remind Ferrari fans that the team has not won a championship since 2008, when the Italian Works team won its 16th Constructors' title with Kimi Raikkonen and Felipe Massa. Last season, Ferrari was still in contention for a title at the last race of the season for the first time in 2012, but the team missed out as McLaren secured the championship instead." Di Montezemolo, speaking at the world premiere of Luca Seeing Red, a documentary about the man himself, believes there is way too much turnover in the current team's management. Quote, "Today, Ferrari lacks a leader. Today, there is no leadership, and above all, there is no soul. I don't know Vasseur, and I'm not criticizing him, but I see an isolated man. There have been too many changes. The team needs stability. Today, there is a lack of a leader, a strong and determined soul. Today, I see a team that, despite all the previous announcements, has not won a single race." It's race week in the United States, folks, as we not only have the United States Grand Prix on the agenda, but also one of the 3 remaining sprint races. There's the sprint, as well as a lot of time difference, for us or Europeans at least. So let's check out the full time schedule now and clear it all up. As is normal on a sprint weekend, there's only one free practice session, and that takes place on Friday at 6:30 p.m. UK time or 1:30 p.m. Eastern if you're in America. Up next at COTA, it's sprint qualifying, which starts at 10:30 p.m. if you're in the UK or 5:30 p.m. Eastern if you're in the US. Over to a chock-full Saturday where the sprint race is at 6 p.m. UK time or 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by qualifying for the Grand Prix, which is at 10 p.m. UK time or 5 p.m. Eastern time. Finally, the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas is on Sunday, October 19th and starts at 8 p.m. if you're in the UK or 3 p.m. Eastern time for you Americans. That's it for this morning's news video, but we'll be back later today with the next one, so don't forget to check that out when it drops. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this one, and peace.